Hey Lenoir, I'm Joshua Harris. I'm the Public Information Officer for the city, and I'm back at the Square Foot Garden here at the Community Gardens, and I'm with Ellen Roberts. How you doing, Ellen?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, it's a little chilly out here this morning.
It is.
It's the middle
cold.
of fall.
It is.
But we still have a lot of stuff growing.
We do. We planted a bunch of stuff in the late summer. Right, actually probably about the end of August, and it's a whole lot of our cold weather crops. It's very similar to what we planted in the spring.
Okay, so name off a few of the cold weather crops that are still growing.
So we still have some lettuce growing. We've got some cabbage. We got broccoli. We've got some collards. We've got kale. So we got a few carrots. We have a variety of stuff that we planted, and we're hoping to keep it growing for another month or two.
So into the middle of November, end of November?
Hopefully, maybe even longer. Just depends on how well our cover works.
Okay, so I was going to get to that. So when it starts getting cold and you start getting frost, you got to take some different precautions, right? Tell me about that.
You do. So what we've decided to do is use a fabric row cover, and we have it supported with these supports right here. I don't know if you can see those or not.
We'll get some
But we have it supported, and you know, it's going to protect it from some of the early heavy frosts. So that way our greens will keep growing, and maybe we'll even have some for Thanksgiving.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, wouldn't it though?
Fresh greens on Thanksgiving.
Sounds good.
I like it. So in addition to the cover, I mean, is there anything else you need to do? Do you drop down the water? I mean, what do you do when it starts getting cold?
We still water, but it doesn't take as much water because it's cooler and the plants don't use as much water in the fall. And you know, the row cover actually helps keep the water in, and it also keeps it warm.
Okay, awesome.
So we probably won't have as much weeding to do, so that'll be good. Yay!
All right, well, let's take a closer look, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Ellen, tell me a little bit about the row cover setup you got here.
So we have some supports here for our row cover, and we have this row cover, and it will cover the whole entire bed. And this row cover lets light in. It probably lets 70 to 85% of the light in, and it also lets moisture in. So we can certainly water through this row cover.
Okay.
And what it does for us is it just helps protect the plants. Here's some leaf lettuces that we planted in August, and as you can see, they're still growing. Look at that bright red lettuce there, and it's really, really good.
That's beautiful.
These are our collards over here.
Okay.
And one of my very favorite plants in the fall, it is a little more susceptible to cold, is the mustard. This happens to be the giant southern curled mustard.
We got some cabbage down here.
And you can see the cabbage. Look at that. That's getting a nice head on it.
Nice.
So we're happy about that.
Then we have what I mistook for cabbage, which is actually...
That is going to be our broccoli.
Which is obvious when you start looking at the stem and everything.
You'll start seeing some...
It doesn't have a head.
Doesn't have anything coming out yet. But, you know, some people do eat those leaves. We also have some more mustard planted and some spinach. This is kohlrabi, and this, you eat this right here. You cut this and eat it, and Lynda roasts it, which is good.
Cool.
Got some collards we can harvest. And those you just cut, you know, we just harvest the leaves.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yep.
And we have some lettuce. The lettuce we can either harvest a head or we can harvest individual leaves.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do that for now. This mustard you do the same way. You just pick the leaves.
Yeah.
Like that.
And this that I'm going to harvest is kale. Kale is very good for you, and it's good in salads, stir fries, or you can prepare it as a green.
And we just picked some leaves there.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm.
This is also a type of mustard. It looks like spinach, but it's actually a type of mustard. And this is also good sauteed or in salads.
Nice.
And we have some Chinese, this is bok choy, Chinese, some people call it Chinese cabbage.
That's one of my favorites, bok choy.
So
sauteed up with some ginger.
Just harvest harvest it like that.
You can, yes.
All right, Ellen. So when we first started this video series, you said you were going to try to keep growing the entire season. So how'd that go?
It went very well. We started out with our spring crops, and then we had summer with tomatoes and peppers and squash and cucumbers. And then we let that grow for a while, and then we harvested a bunch of that, and then we planted our fall crop. So we've had something in the ground since March. We got enough greens, various greens out of here, lettuces, kale, some cabbages to probably feed a couple of small families. And we also got some tomatoes and to enhance the salads, and some peppers. So we're really happy with this. And the other thing we were able to do with this is we were able to show the community how much you can grow in a very small space, and that was one of our goals. We've used this as education throughout the summer, along with the rest of the demo beds.
Well, thanks for letting me get some video. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. We'll see you next year, maybe.
Oh yeah.